All right, hello everyone. Eric Marks here again with FindingMiddleEarth.com, and this evening I wasn't really planning on making a video, but I've just been sitting here on my porch this evening trying to enjoy sunset and relax a little bit since I've been so busy through the holidays. And I've been watching, overlooking the beautiful Gulf Coast here, I've been watching 4 photographers here in the sand below me trying to run around and capture the sunset. And I watched them for about 45 minutes, and as soon as I just, it kind of clicked with what was happening, I thought I had to make a video about it because I might could use it as a kind of a tip for some of you. So it appeared that the 4 photographers did not know each other. They were in kind of separate places, but they were in the same general area. And after about 15 minutes, one of the photographers decided to go to a different location. He walked, I don't know, maybe a couple hundred feet up the beach and started shooting in front of this little piece of driftwood by the beach, right? And when he decided to make that change, the other 3 photographers just kind of watched him walk down to that piece of wood, and they followed him. And they got in a line, almost like a line to like ride a ride at a carnival. And as soon as that guy was done photographing that piece of driftwood, the guy left, and the guy next got the exact same shot with the driftwood and the sunset. That guy was done, he finished, the next guy in line got it, and it was just such a weird thing to watch because after they got their shots, they all separated, and again, it appeared that they did not know each other. And so what was so weird about that to me is that, you see that quite often sometimes, that photographers will kind of follow suit with other photographers and wherever the crowd is and wherever the action is happening. But oftentimes, the best action and the best moments are actually happening where the action is not happening, because those are some of the most obvious shots. And all 4 of those photographers are going to go home and they're going to post-process their images, and they're going to think they got an amazing shot. And it probably is going to be a really nice photo. But it's all going to be about the same photo as the next photographer, because all 4 of them got the exact same photo. And I can almost guarantee you that the guy that decided to separate from the other 3 photographers and made the decision to shoot that first, he's probably the guy that ends up trying to shoot away from the crowd. Because he seemed a little weirded out when they all followed him and got in a line and were waiting for him to be done. And so that's just my little tip of the evening. If you're at an event, or you're doing street photography, or you're somewhere where the obvious action is happening, don't always go for where the crowd and where all the other photographers are. Look for the weird, unique, odd kind of moments that most people wouldn't look for, because those are going to be the photos that you capture and almost no one else will capture. So, for example, when I used to shoot weddings, right? I would always tell my second shooter, and this is weird, but I would tell my second shooter to focus on the bride at certain times. I would say, look, focus on the bride, the obvious shot of the bride's mom's face and all that, and I'm gonna focus on weird little things that are happening that most people wouldn't think about. And I got some of the coolest shots of groomsmen and bridesmaids kind of messing around, doing funny things, or the little flower girls or ring bearers doing just the funniest little faces. And those were some of my clients' favorite photos, because it wasn't where the obvious moment was happening. You have to think of the unobvious sometimes. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 for this video, every single one of these photographers had tripods, and not for 1 second did they ever part from their tripod. It was like glued to their camera. And I personally can't stand to see that happen, because it's kind of a composition hindrance to your creativity. I never start with a tripod. I always like to carry my camera handheld around the location. I'll leave my tripod just in one spot, and I'll just have a good walk around the location. I'll hold my camera down here and up here and left and right and get all these kind of weird angles that I wouldn't get if I was glued to a big tripod. And every single one of them, were shooting at eye length. They had their tripod fully extended at eye length, and they were just taking their tripod. They'd set it, 12 inches to the left, 12 inches to the right. They'd make their decision. But don't let your tripod, control where and how you compose your photo, because my philosophy is put the camera where you want the camera to be, and then make the tripod work. And if the tripod's not going to work for it, then bump your ISO and shoot it handheld. It's all about the composition, all about the final photograph at the end of the day. So don't ever let our cool accessories and our tools ruin what the whole photography concept is about, which is about the photographs. It's about the photography. So it's just, anyway, this video didn't have much of a purpose, but I thought I could give you guys 2 tips from just sitting here this evening watching these guys mess around on the beach. Don't let your tripod control your composition. Unglue from it. It's good for you. Walk around, hold your camera like a camera is meant to be held. Put it up, down, left, right, and then once you're happy with it, adapt the tripod to that composition. And then the tip number 1 was, don't follow every other photographer. Don't always follow where the obvious action, the obvious moment is going to be, because oftentimes, if you're so focused on the obvious moment, you miss the best moments that are right behind you. I've learned that so many times over the years. So anyway, I'm going to go enjoy sunset, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. You guys have a wonderful week, and should be back in town in my office in the next couple days, and then more regular videos will be coming after that. I got some good stuff. Got some Christmas specials coming up. I got a giveaway coming up. So yeah, all right, thanks guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. If you would like to stay up to date on all of my photography videos and free tutorials, please consider subscribing by clicking on my face. And if you would like to find out more about me and how to improve your photography, visit my website at findingmiddleearth.com.